Emergency recording time for Templar and I. Dune Part 3's new trailer has just dropped. We are going to watch it and react live this week on the Roundtable. Let's go. Do you have your things alphabetized?
I do, yeah.
Wow, nerd alert.
I don't know. I just wanted to organize. I mean, otherwise I'm just searching through shelves. I can't find anything. Like, I had to organize it. Yeah, so I organized it by author last name. So, yeah.
Well, welcome to the Roundtable. There it is, Dune Messiah. Templar just informed me that he's a huge nerd. We're all huge nerds. Here's the thing. First of all, have you read Dune Messiah before?
I have not. I've read the original Dune twice. I read it in high school, and then I read it recently, like a year or two ago.
Did it hold up on the second read?
I didn't really love it that much on the first read, and I didn't really love it that much on the second read. So, no, I guess not.
Fair enough.
It's one of those books that I admire more than I like. Like, I sort of read it, and it's like, this is very impressive. Like, all of this is very impressive. The writing is impressive. The world building is impressive. There's lots of cool things about the story. But I admire it more than I enjoyed reading it. Doesn't really seem to be for me, because I've tried it twice now, and neither time was I particularly that personally moved to continue reading, even if some of the stuff going on was cool. This
is going to sound really weird, and just go with me for a second. That's how I feel about the Beatles. I admire what the Beatles did. I admire their impact. I have never been able to get into their music. And I'm the same way with the first Dune. I admire what it did. I really like the movies. And
movies are great. Yeah, the new movies I like a lot. And even though the other one from the 80s is fun. It's crazy.
It's the Shia LaBeouf is bad in the old one. It's just, you can just tell they had like $15 plus, like, they went to Party City and just bought some cones.
I think they just ran out of money at some point, and then so it just kind of drops off a cliff in terms of production quality.
Yeah. But I admire the impact. I don't like the music. It's the same with the book. I admire the impact. I did not like reading it. I made it halfway through the first one, and I was like, we're good. I'm all good. The reason we're talking about Dune is that Dune Part 3 is coming out in, goodness gracious, when is it? December 18th. The newest trailer just dropped, however, and typically what we do here on the Roundtable is one of us will DM somebody the other link, a link of a trailer or something, and say, have you watched this yet? And the other one will usually respond, no. And then one of us will say, okay, save it. We're going to do an episode on this, because we like to do trailer reactions. So we're going to do a trailer reaction. I want to get a hype check before we watch the trailer, and then we're going to get a hype check after. Hype check before the trailer. How are we feeling about Dune Part 3 so far?
Excited. We did a previous reaction to one of the early trailers. I don't know if it was a teaser. I mean, at this point, teaser trailer means almost nothing, because they're still like almost 2 minutes long and whatever. But that trailer did its job, I remember, because going into it, I was kind of nervous for this, because I've never read Messiah, but I do know a bit of what happens in it. And from my understanding of what happened in it, I was like, I don't know if I want to see that really play out, because it's pretty rough what goes on. I won't give any spoilers or anything. So I wasn't that excited. The previous trailer got me pretty hyped for this movie. So like, I would say my excitement is like, not maxed out, but pretty high for this. I'm ready for this movie. So I'm stoked up for it.
Yeah.
How about
same.
you?
Same. I after that previous trailer, I was like you. I was not super stoked about it. I didn't know if I wanted to dive too much back into the deep end of Denis and the Dunes. But I, after watching that trailer and you and I talked through it, I was super pumped about it. One thing that I have noticed is that Zendaya is everywhere. She is just, I don't know what is happening here, but Zendaya is turning into Taylor Swift. Like, she's just in every movie. She's in every Instagram post. And they're all like very big blockbuster movies. She's in what's that TV show on HBO that neither of us have watched? Euphoria. Yeah. Like, she's in that.
Spider-Man. The Odyssey.
Yep.
This.
Yep. Yeah. It's crazy. So, Yeah, we're gonna watch it, and then you're gonna get our unfiltered reactions. Now, if you have not watched this, I'm gonna include the link to the trailer because I don't want to get copyright struck. But also, you can probably go watch it in a little bit better quality than we are watching it. Let me pull up the old screen here. All right, here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, let's play. Oh. Oh. Hmm.
I trusted you! You promised me that you would never take power in your name. You convinced me that this was your home. That I was your home.
What do you know about me?
You've conquered the galaxy. You've destroyed thousands of worlds.
What are your thoughts on that?
I think you're way beyond redemption.
Why are you here?
To deliver a peace proposal.
Peace is a good thing. Why should I refuse?
Because it's meant to destroy you.
We plan to strike at the core of Imperial power.
You intend to kill Paul?
Regime change.
Idiot. You've just signed our death warrants.
I found someone.
Okay. Okay. First thoughts.
Talking to me.
Yeah, so this is getting more into what I understood about Messiah. The first trailer was more hype. This one's getting more into the story, more into the
You have no fear.
Paul has led the Fremen on this conquest galaxy.
So like an Atreides.
At least from my understanding of the book, like, which had significant consequences to them, largely destroyed the Fremen as a culture. Although I don't know if that's what they're showing here or not. It did significant damage to them and has become the Emperor and seized power in the way that I guess he said he wouldn't, right?
Forgive me.
I'm still hyped for it, though, because I didn't know how they would approach it, but this looks really cool. Jason Momoa coming back is interesting. I know that character pops up a lot throughout the series. I think he's a clone, something like that. But yeah, I'm still hyped. I'm interested to see what way the story will go. The Chani thing is interesting because they heavily changed her character from the book for the second movie. Because in the book, she's largely on board with like Paul's whole thing of like taking a wife from the emperor or the emperor's daughter and like having this sort of fake marriage, political marriage. And like Chani basically supports him in the book. She's not like this sort of antagonistic figure that they made her in the second movie. So now this seems to be suggesting almost that they're going to try to get Chani to assassinate him, which I don't. I haven't read Messiah, so like I don't know if that happens in it or not. But I would assume not, because again, in the first book, she's very much supportive of him, but maybe she shifts. So I don't know. So that is an interesting plot line. But how about you? What's your kind of takeaway?
Yeah, I'm pumped. Dirtbag Paul makes a return, and Dirtbag Paul looked even dirtbaggier at the end when he is saying, like, "I hope you forgive me." Like, let me pull up the image that was very striking to me. Is it right? It was right after this where he says, like, "I hope you forgive me." That image right there, it's pretty striking, right? Like, how the mighty have fallen.
He almost looks a little bit like a Harkonnen. Like,
yes, yeah, that was what I was just gonna say. Like, he needs to be dipped in a pool,
right.
so that he can slurp up whatever goodness nutrients he can get out of that. There's a couple things happening here that are intriguing to me. So obviously they're going to contrast this whole kind of love sequence with the Florence Pugh sort of marriage, of course.
Political marriage, yeah.
Yeah, and I wonder how much time is going to pass in this. Again, we haven't read the books, and so people in the comments might go like, "Oh, this is 100 years or 50 years or whatever." But
yeah.
Haidt says you've conquered thousands of universes or thousands of planets or whatever, and so that leads me to believe, like, also all of the people that are on those X's for the execution, like, this leads me to believe like this is going to span a very long period of time. I almost wonder also if they had to. He was forced to like consummate the marriage with the imperial marriage, sort of like have a kid, and where does the kid wind up? Yada yada yada. What happens with the actual with Paul and Chani's kid? Does she even have the baby? Like, I'm asking all those questions. The Robert Pattinson thing as Scytale, is interesting. I think Robert Pattinson is a great actor, and I think he's going to do this justice. Even looking at kind of this kind of interaction, like, haunting, like, just incredibly haunting. The one thing I am going to say though is I think it's going to lean more towards the action of Dune Part 2 than the politicalness of Dune Part 1. Do you get that vibe as well?
Yeah, it's hard to know. I mean, I feel like there'll be a fair bit of political stuff. Like, I think there might have to be with the Florence Pugh character. I hope they give her more to do, because, I mean, she didn't really have a lot to do in the second one. And she's a great actress as well. So I'd like to see more of that. Probably. I mean, certainly it's hard to know from a trailer, because they are always going to show a decent chunk of action just to get you hyped, right?
Yeah.
I think it'll be a balance. I think we'll get a decent amount of at least like the stuff with Paul and Chani, those sorts of conversations, the relationship stuff, Kim with the realities of being emperor now. So I think it'll come out fairly balanced. I'm curious how long this movie is going to be, though, because I feel like it's going to have to be pretty long. They probably have announced that, right?
Let's see. Dune 3 running time. I'm going to type that into the internet. Reportedly 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Okay, not as long as I would have thought.
Shorter than both of the other ones.
Yeah, I thought it would have been maybe more closer to like pushing 3. Okay, so it's going to move. So maybe you're right. Then it probably will. Because I feel like it's going to have a lot of ground to cover, and that's not a short movie certainly, but like with as big as this universe is, and to me that is one thing. Like, Denis is a great director, so I think it's going to be a good movie. Yeah. I did prefer the first one to the second one. We talked about it a little bit previously.
Yep.
Because I felt like the second one was rushed, and which it's not a short movie, but there's so much that goes on. You just cover so much ground. I do wonder if this one will feel similarly rushed. So that would be maybe a concern I would have, but I'm still ready for this. Like, I'm pretty hyped for it. So
a notable absence, unless I missed her, Anya Taylor-Joy as Alia. I know that Alia has a big part to play, at least in the books. I do know that. As Paul's I think it's sister, right? Not cousin.
Sister, yeah. I forget how that goes, man. It's been a little bit since I've seen the second movie. I forget because she's born with like all of the knowledge,
right,
from Paul's mother taking the drink, right? But I forget. Yeah. So yeah, Paul's sister. Yeah. But she's born with basically all of this knowledge of all of this generations of these women.
Right.
just from birth, like even in the womb. Like, so yeah, as like a baby, she knows all of this stuff. So that, yeah, she's not really in the trailer. So, I mean, it is interesting what role she will play in all of that.
And maybe they'll do the Children of Dune spinoff, and because she's. I know they have like an entire, like Herbert did like an entire book thing afterwards with Children of Dune, and I know she was part of it. I just don't know how deep into it. Again, we're talking largely from ignorance because we haven't read the books there.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's 6 books. I mean, they get progressively weirder. I was surprised that they did this book, but I mean, it seems that they said epic conclusion. I mean, as you say, I'm sure they're going to do more TV because they did that Dune prophecy, whatever, with the Bene Gesserit, right?
Yep,
And I didn't hear great things about that, but so I don't know how popular it was. But I'm sure they'll do more stuff in the Dune universe. But I doubt they would do any more of the books because from my understanding, the books get real weird after this one. Like, because I think it's Paul's son or grandson becomes emperor, and he becomes like a half worm, half man emperor thing. Yeah, it gets real strange. So yeah, I'm not shocked that they're not going to follow that. So it's interesting. So the conclusion, I'm interested to see how it will conclude because the story in the books doesn't conclude. It keeps going for there's 6 books, I think, in the original series that Frank Herbert wrote, and then his son has written a bunch after that. But
Okay, number of books. The main 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Chapter House Dune is the last one, and then there's an extended universe with Brian Herbert and Kevin Anderson. Oh, Kevin Anderson. That's a name I haven't heard in a bit.
There's a ton of the extended ones.
23 novels and short stories. Goodness gracious.
Yeah,
squeezing every last blood out of that turnip. I don't know. Oh, like hype check afterwards is high. Like you're still high on it.
Hi, yeah, I don't know if this shifted it a lot. Like, I mean, I guess there was always going to be more story stuff. I don't know how it's all going to go. I didn't really like the Chani character change in movie 2.
Yeah.
Because it just diverged so heavily from the book. But again, because I haven't read Dune Messiah, I don't know what her character is like in that. So maybe this will be truer to that. I don't know. I hope it's not just her complaining the whole movie though. Like I'm sorry. Like I don't know. Like I get she's opposed to everything he's doing, and that makes sense because obviously this is about like the danger of religious zeal and like these kind of figures who take power and like dominate. Like, so obviously you have to have voices for that. I guess she's going to be the primary one. I just hope it's balanced so that character doesn't kind of become too grating. I guess that would be my only concern, but it's small. Denis just makes bangers, man. So like, I'm not really that worried about this. So we've talked about it on previous episodes, but Denis Villeneuve, just everything the dude makes is just great. He makes banger after banger, whether the movies are successful or not. And these ones have been, but Blade Runner 2049 was a banger, even if it wasn't that successful. Arrival's awesome. Like, dude just makes incredible movies. So I'm sure it's going to be great. And I don't know if this got me more excited necessarily, but I'm equally excited. I'm still ready for this. So, is
Blade Runner 2049 considered not successful?
I thought it underwhelmed a little bit, at least like box office wise. Like I think it was I think it was well received.
Okay,
I just mean like box office. I think it didn't do as well as they were probably hoping.
Oh, that's like, Harrison Ford's fault.
I think it got reviewed. Yeah, like its budget was 150 to 185, and it made 276. That's not enough. Not for a budget like that.
Nope.
So I don't know if it lost money, but it maybe broke even. So that's what I mean by not successful. Like I think it was very well reviewed, and I thought it was a really good movie. But yeah, anyway. But Denis makes bangers, so I'm not worried about the movie in that sense. How about you?
Yeah, I'm still hyped. It didn't do anything to my hype level. I mean, it didn't raise it, but it didn't lower it either. I'm still ready to go. I don't know why, but I have grown an affinity for Timothée Chalamet, and I didn't think I was going to. Have you seen Marty Supreme yet?
Yet. I love how you say yet, like I'm going to watch that. No, I have not.
I watched it. The movie itself, I did not care for.
He's good in it.
His performance, he was good in it. The movie itself, like it was a very art house-y, A24. You kind of know what you're going to get. Like, it's going to be weird, and there's going to be weirdness and more weirdness, and there's definitely a lot of weirdness.
Yep.
It was like an anti-hero situation, but he was endearing as the anti-hero. And he's got I don't think I ever would have said this, but I think he's got range. Also, I'm being colored by the fact that we are currently in World Cup season for another week and a half. Thank you, Jesus. And there has been a running set of 3 Nike commercials where he has been a taxi driver for Jude Bellingham and Lamine Yamal and somebody else I can't remember, a women's player. And he's like the manager for these guys. I highly recommend you go and seek these things out. He's talking about this local crew that's like can't be taken over, and he's got like 3 of the best players in his car, and they're like, no, that's not going to happen. He's like, no, man, for real, it's going to happen. Like he's got range, and I don't know. I have a weird affinity for him that I probably should get rid of.
He's pretty likable. Like even from interviews, he's pretty likable. Like he went on Theo Von. He was pretty fun on that. He's done like college sports and stuff, and he seems really knowledgeable, like college sports stuff. And he came across great with those guys.
Yep.
For a guy who's like Timothée, like you could think he'd be this kind of like an art house kid and be kind of like one of those guys, but it seems like he's just super down to earth, like pretty chill dude who also just happens to have a ton of range as an actor. So
and who's dating a Jenner, like he's dating Kylie Jenner. Like I mean, there's that.
That's more working in the other category. I would hope he would know.
I'm just saying, like you want to talk about range. Like my guy's got range. I also saw after the New York Knicks won one of their first games on the way to the championship, he was like walking out of the tunnel and he was just hyped. It was just like it was a massive game for them.
Yeah, he's a big sports guy.
Well, and like he just sees like some people partying and he just runs over to them and he's just like partying with them. He takes his shirt off. He's like waving his shirt around his head. Like that's pretty fun, man. Like I'm here for that. I'm here for that.
As an actor, I haven't seen him in that much. Like he's young in Interstellar. He's like the young son in Interstellar, but he's like barely in that. And then the Dune movies, essentially. I've seen Lady Bird. He's in that, but I barely remember that movie.
You haven't seen Wonka?
Hostiles. I did see Hostiles, but I genuinely I don't remember him at all from that movie. I've been meaning to watch The King, the Netflix movie where he plays like an English king. I've been meaning to watch that because I've heard that's pretty good. Another Pattinson, because I think Pattinson plays the French king in that. Oh, I
didn't know that.
I think so anyway, unless I'm misremembering that, but I'm pretty sure he does.
Oh, okay. The King, Hal, 2019.
Yeah, Robert Pattinson. Yeah, he plays the French king.
Henry V. Okay.
Yeah, and then I never saw Wonka, so I haven't actually seen him in that much. But I mean, I've liked him what I've seen him in, and yeah, he's great. And I think he does a great job in Dune because that was one of the questions coming into. Because he's good in Dune 1, but I would say Dune 1 doesn't ask. I mean, I'm sure it asks a decent amount of him, but it was really Dune Part 2 that I was like, all right, well, now he's got to be the like charismatic religious leader. Can he make that shift? And I've rewatched that scene where he goes in to the cave where they're all gathered, and it has like the speech in front of all the Fremen like multiple times. That scene is so good where he goes and like takes charge. He like takes command. Yeah. And he talks like, he's like, I'm leading the way. And he like absolutely just dominates it. And he crushes it. Like he kills it for a guy who's like not that big, like stature wise, because he's not like a huge guy or anything. He absolutely commands the room. So yeah. Shout out Timothée.
Yeah. Timothée. Here it was. The Backyard Legends, the greatest football story ever told. It's him. I got to read you the list of these names. These might not sound good to you. Him, Trinity Rodman, who is Dennis Rodman's daughter. She's like she's very good. She just signed like the biggest WSL Women's Soccer League contract ever. She's very good at playing the game of soccer. Lamine Yamal, who you've heard of. Jude Bellingham, who you've heard of. Bad Bunny, who you've heard of. Lionel Messi, maybe you've heard of him. Sir David Beckham, Zinedine Zidane, who you probably have heard of. Alessandro Del Piero, he's been around forever. Ousmane Dembele, you've probably heard of him. Rafinha, definitely heard of him. Pedri, definitely heard of him. Santiago Jimenez, definitely heard of him. And Florian Wirtz. These are all huge names. Huge names. And
I've heard of like a third of the people that you just said that I've heard of.
That's
so
fine. I've heard of all of them. And if you have followed soccer at least a little bit, you know most of these people. But the fact that he like leads this, I don't know. I highly recommend. Go watch the thing. It's fun. There's a lot of fun to be had there. There you go, Timothee. Timothée. Yeah, and he's not like classically handsome either. He just kind of does it. I'm here for it. All right, I'll stop man crushing. Yeah, I'll stop.
I'm excited for Dune Part 3. So
same.
This has been our reaction. So it'd be cool to see Jason Momoa back also, because I wasn't sure how they were going to do that, but that would be interesting. That I guess I think, and like mild spoiler, I guess he's supposed to be like a clone, but I mean, he's dead. So I mean, it'd have to be something, right? So I'm interested to see what that interaction's like, because they were so close in the other ones and how that gets handled. But I'm hyped. Denis makes bangers. When is this coming out?
December 15th, December 16th.
Okay, so we gotta wait. We got a bit to wait. But
that'll probably be one more trailer, I would imagine.
Yep, and we will do a reaction to it. So we come back to the Roundtable when that comes out.
Absolutely will. Subscribe. Stay tuned. We love you. We'll miss you. See you later. Goodbye.
See ya.